Hello, and welcome to Tarot in the Park. My name is Louise, and I recently changed my channel to be called 7th Crown Tarot. I'm sure you noticed. But if you haven't, it's now called 7th Crown Tarot so that it aligns with my original plan to join in my jewelry company with tarot. Anyway. It's a whole thing that I'm not going to get into. So, before starting this reading, got a message from a white butterfly. And it was flying around the garden, and I was kind of like, wow, that's got to be a message. Because I've never seen a white butterfly around here since last year, probably. And this is the first time I'm seeing one. And immediately I got angelic protection. So you're receiving angelic protection at this time while you expand powerfully into your inner child's deepest and most vulnerable requests. So whatever those might be, maybe it's something as simple as doing something in your spare time that you really want to do, but you know, as a younger kid, you know, you were looked down upon, or maybe some people associated it with something else. But for whatever reason, you kind of repressed it. Or maybe just in general, you repressed doing things for your inner child to appease the people that were supposed to take care of you. I also got the message of speaking up against something that is about to come into, like, about to be connected. Whether that be, like, a relationship that is trying to force itself back into your life. It could be seeing someone go up against someone weaker and trying to manipulate them into being in a relationship, or to agree on something that they don't necessarily want to but feel obliged to because they're being manipulated. Whatever the reason, you're being asked to speak up, speak your truth. If you feel called to it, if God is telling you to do it, now is the time. And I also got from that some of you might have some unfinished business with either a group of people or a person that sees themselves as superior to you in some way. Maybe they're your boss, maybe they're someone's parent, maybe they're your parent. Whatever it is, there is some unfinished business that's going to be coming back around to you around now. Could be near future, could be happening right now, maybe it just happened. But when you do finally make the decision on whatever it is that you're going to do that is divinely guided, when you make that decision, you're going to have like this explosion of energy coming from your heart chakra. Because as I was feeling this energy, I just felt like a burst of energy from my heart chakra. And this is going to allow you to invest more time creatively into these little projects that your inner child is telling you to take on. It's going to allow you to step into that ambitious personality that you've always been, that has felt repressed. It's like you're one of those people that's forever learning. And that's beautiful. That's the type of mentality that a lot of entrepreneurs have. And just some of my favorite people in the world, honestly. So I'm really happy to be reading for you today. So without further ado, thank you for sticking through that. Oh, also, I wanted to bring something up because I was on break. And before I start with the cards. And I have been kind of feeling called to take a break from tarot just for a moment while I recalibrate here. For those of you who didn't know, I went on a little holiday trip and I came back and it wasn't great. It was very, it felt very much like a learning opportunity or something like that rather than something for enjoyment. So that was really tough, but I came back and I started to kind of play, which is why I mentioned also that your inner child really wants to play. And I've been learning something. Calligraphy. So I wrote like abracadabra down here, and Louise loves Dennis, because this is my boyfriend. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I love it. This is black letter. Anyway, I thought I'd show you guys that, because there are so many things that I'm constantly working on, and yes, without further ado, I'm gonna get into this, because this is what you guys are here for. Angels, spirits, and guides, please give me messages for the collective regarding their highest timeline, things they need to know right now, and any kind of messages that you have for them. What is it that my collective really needs to know right now? I've also been studying more about tarot, numerology, and stuff like that, because I want to be able to constantly learn for you guys and give better messages. So, the Star, 3 of Cups in reverse, and 4 of Cups. So I'm seeing you right now as the Star, and maybe other people are also seeing you as the Star. They're thinking, why isn't this person celebrating with me? Why am I not being chosen? Like, I'm almost getting like this desperate energy of someone constantly wanting to come forward with this manipulative energy that's false, and it's not really like a genuine offer of wanting to be in your inner circle because they have something to give to you. It's rather the other way around. So they want you to give to them. The 5 of Pentacles just fell out. So this is like a really sad energy. This is an energy vampire. 3 of Pentacles. So you're getting Cups and Pentacles, and Cups and Pentacles are both about, like, you know, material possessions and happiness. Maybe this person's idea of life is like money buys happiness, and I don't have money, therefore I'm sad, but they have money, so, oh, that's why they're happy. So they're reducing your happiness down to, oh, yeah, okay, that person, they have money now, and that's why they're happy. When in reality, it was something so much deeper. Like, you had to work to get these pentacles. You had to learn the skills to keep yourself grounded, to not be so reactive all the time, because there were so many people around you that were just stealing your energy, and energy is the foundation of abundance. If someone's stealing your energy away and you're poor in energy, you're not going to get abundance, right? Because it's all flow. 2 of Wands. You made the decision to walk away from this person. You slammed the door on them. I don't know if you heard that, but I have the door slightly ajar, and it sounds like someone's slamming the door on someone. It feels like you're so far away from them now, and they can only watch you celebrate. It's like you've got this solid foundation now, and you're untouchable. You're enjoying your harvest, and they're just feeling hurt about it. This is someone with a victim mentality who assumes that things are happening to them rather than for them, which is the mentality that you have. You're constantly learning, and they're constantly complaining that they have lessons. And instead of seeing these lessons, it's like they can't even see that they have lessons. This person is blind. Absolutely, I see that. This person is blind. But this is not... It's almost like God has punished them for wanting to stay blind. Not even punished them. The universe has given them something that they've been asking for. And they've been asking for something because they're constantly saying, I don't see it. I don't see the lesson. I refuse to see the lesson. Even though deep down, they know that there's a lesson. So now, as a result, the universe is starting to give that back to them. And they are now blind. You maybe had a situation with this person where there was a lesson with them. This could have been recently or in the past. And, you know, it's like there was a lesson there. You learned the lesson and you went up a peg. But they just, instead of learning the lesson, they reacted in a way where it was like completely closed off. And I'm seeing a very funny... I'm seeing something here. So I was doing a little bit of study of Western religion, so Haitian voodoo. Oh, this isn't the card. Okay, so we have 4 of Wands. I'll put that down. But I was looking at Haitian voodoo, and this guy was talking about how before, and there's the white butterfly again. So before, there was this thing where they would, like witches and warlocks, they would monitor people, called monitoring spirits. And they would use animals of different sorts. One of them was like a spider, which I'm looking at a spider right now. Another one was an owl. And here, this guy was talking about how they use like geckos. I know this is a salamander, but this reminded me of that. So maybe this person is watching you at this time. They're watching you celebrate. They're watching you have success. And they're refusing to believe that it was something they did to cause them to be on the outside. Because you reached out your hands many times. And now, when the tables have turned, you're no longer able to look them in the eyes. Because you've been so vulnerable with them. And time again, every single time that you reached back, they just decided to allow lower vibrational beings to act through them. Because they never learn their lessons. So let's get off of that, because that sounds super heavy, and I'm so sorry that you're going through that. But let's focus on what you're building here. So you're patiently working on something. Maybe you're feeling a little impatient. It looks like it. 7 of Pentacles, so it is protected. Whatever you're working on here, it's protected, and it's going to take a little bit of time. But it's closer than you think. So I'm getting the message that, like, you need to have patience right now. And part of that patience comes in the form of doing things that you love that might not necessarily be productive in the common sense, right? Like with my calligraphy here. Sure, okay, it's not really helping me in some way that I see, but I'm having fun with it. And that joy all comes back around. And that's something that I've learned. Maybe that's something you've learned. Everything that you've joyfully done has come back around and helped you in some way in your divine purpose. And I keep seeing white butterflies. So you're really protected here in creating this future for yourself. And Spirit wants you to know that you don't have anything to worry about when it comes to taking a pause, when it comes to taking, you know, like those necessary moments to yourself, to self-reflect and catch a breath. Speaking of, I'm feeling a little stuffy in here, so I'm going to open the door a little bit more. Just one sec. Okay, I'm back. So, keep in mind that right now, you feeling uncomfortable is all part of the process. When the countless times that we've all stepped through, like, into different portals, into different sides of ourselves, like, when has that ever felt comfortable? Never. Right? At least for me. And this guy's wearing boots, and they kind of remind me of Doc Martens. It's like there's that funny thing that they always say about Doc Martens where you really have to break them in for a little bit until they're finally comfortable, which is definitely the case for like, I don't know, when I had Doc Martens, I have them still, but you know, it is very bright. Okay, so maybe you've got a really bright future. It's so bright that the people that are in your life right now are blinded because they can see it. They can see how bright your future is, and it's bothering some people. 6 of Wands in reverse. I definitely feel that energy from this. It's like it's bothering you. Bothering you. Maybe it's even really uncomfortable for you to step into this new person. But you're being encouraged to act and, you know, just to be that person who you know is going to be able to help a lot of people to be special. Be special in the way that you know that you're special, but be humble about it. Don't hurt people with your power, because you've seen that happen many times. And we got, after that, the 9 of Pentacles. What was the 8 of Pentacles? Let me see. I want to look up the 8 of Pentacles, because it skipped over that, and instead we got the 6 of Wands in reverse. Pardon me for looking in my little book, but I don't remember what it looks like off the top of my head, so it's harder for me to... Oh, okay, so this is a guy working on his craft. So instead of like... It's like work smart, not hard. But work consistently. This whole abundance thing is a lot simpler than you are making it out to be. Complicated abundance is not sustainable. And I think that's also, people think it's a lot more complicated than it is, and that's also like poverty mentality, weirdly enough. Because have you noticed, I mean, I know there's a lot of stuff that is kind of more complicated than it seems. Because it's like you have to have money to make money. There's like a bunch of sayings. Sorry, I know I'm kind of not ranting, but just talking here. So I'm getting that there's some sort of like thought in your head that needs to be evicted. So I just have my cards here laying here, and yeah, there's some sort of thought in your mind that needs to be evicted around feeling like you need to put on this like show or like a crazy amount of work in order to succeed. Because it's creating unnecessary emotions and a lot of resistance around your success. It's like it's blocking it. And it's not relatable either. Or maybe it is relatable, but you're supposed to change people's minds around abundance. So maybe that's one of your roles here on the planet, to help people understand that it's not about working hard, but standing in your power and being yourself. Because this new timeline that we're all stepping into ever since, I want to say, the eclipse, it's really asking us all to be our own selves, our own unique selves, to decorate ourselves with all these things that are very obviously, you know, you or me. They're just true things. And truth sets us free. Authenticity is the highest vibration, right? So we have to stay in our authenticity. 8 of Wands fell on the ground in the reverse. And this is going to speed up your ability to manifest once you realize how little effort it takes. There's that whole 80-20 law. 8. Right? 80-20, and that's actually, I feel like that plays into that. Where it's like, there's not really much that you need to do. You just need to show up as yourself. And the moment that you start showing up as yourself, and it's always going to feel risky, that's when things start to really line up for you. Because it's risky. It's risky to be yourself in this world. As long as you're doing things that nurture and just allow you to stand confidently in who it is that you are, like that's such a big thing, because you show people that they can do the same thing. And the more people do that, the more we escape this idea that we have to torture ourselves and pretend we're not unhappy in these 9-to-5 jobs, because nobody's meant to work 9 to 5. I don't care who you are, you're not. Like, nobody's happy doing that. I've never met a person that's happy and themselves working a 9 to 5. The only people that I've met that are like, oh yeah, I'm content, are the people that have like no personality, no soul. They don't know what they like. They've given up their personality a very long time ago. They don't do anything. They just go to work and they define themselves by work. And it's not even work that they like. It's different if you feel like what you're doing is your soul's calling. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about ego's tricks. People that, like, obviously, they're not happy. You're stepping away from anything that makes you feel blocked. The 8 of Cups and the World fell out. You're bathing yourself in white light. I get this picture of someone standing under a waterfall naked and just letting the sun's rays shine through the water and the crystal clear cold water just wash over them like a spiritual bath. You're stepping away from a lot of things right now that are stopping your abundance. And the spirit world is really happy about that. Because their connection with you has become so powerful now. There's a lot of 8s. There are so many 8s in your reading. So abundance is guaranteed. And it's because you're doing these things for not selfish reasons. I don't know what would that word be? Whatever the word. You want to see everybody succeed. Like, but you know now that you can only take the people that want to be taken, that can see themselves in a higher light. You can't take the people that worship false gods, i.e., only themselves. They only see themselves as an island, and they're deceptive, manipulative, and they'll do anything to get to. And that's why they'll do anything in order to get over on people. It's like that whole dog eat dog saying. These are the people that believe in that. And I apologize for the lighting. It's a little bleh. Here, let's put it back a little bit. So you weren't supposed to take any of these people, and they're being taken out of your life because those same people, if you kept them in your life, they would have gone against you, no matter how they appear. It's all just a facade. Like, none of it is real. The only thing that's real is being real, right? If you're not real, then what are you? You're just a puppet, but not the good kind. You, on the other hand, you act in service of God. You don't allow people to hurt you anymore. I see that so strongly. So you let people feel sorry for themselves because that's what they want to do. And you're not going to stop someone from living their truth, or if that's their current truth, like, then okay, they've got their lessons to learn, just like you did. And you realize, you see yourself in everybody, and I think that's really beautiful. It's true empathy. It's true empathy, and you're balancing out these two sides of yourself. You're not letting your emotional self to take over your decisions. Even if you want to help someone, you're not going to be in your feels about having to help them. You'll reach out once, and if they decide that it's offensive to them that you're reaching out, or whatever they're thinking, you're just going to back away slowly. Because that's not what you're here for. You're not here to be pulling arms or to tell anyone what to do. Temperance in the reverse. There's a lot of balance here coming. I think you're definitely being called to kind of calm down that fiery nature that you have by going inward. So maybe taking a little bit more time to respond to people that are trying to emotionally get a response from you. Some people might be getting really desperate. But you're seeing this from a higher perspective, that you need to balance. Because you got stuff to do. You've got stuff to do, people to see, people to help. And those people are definitely not the same people that are asking for emotional reactions. Like, those aren't the people that you're helping. You're letting them just, you know, do what they want. Because at this point, they're helpless. And they want to be seen that way. They want to be seen as helpless because they're of the thought that, like, they need a white knight. when they don't realize if they looked in the mirror, they are their white knight. You got the Ace of Wands. There's some sort of creative opportunity here. But I think it's more of like a spark. A creative spark that's just going to be happening. Very soon here. You're going to get some sort of idea that is going to cause you to become very abundant. And I can see you taking this idea and running with it. You are absolutely going to run with this. And it is going to make you so happy, so rich, either emotionally or actually physically. And nothing will be able to take it from you. Nothing or no one. I'm seeing something about like grass. The idea that people used to grow grass to show how much abundance they have instead of growing crops on their land. It's almost like you're gonna have both. You're gonna have those crops and you'll have the grass. You'll have the grass to show off how rich you are. You know, metaphorically. And you'll have the crops to feed yourself. Ooh, the Fool. So this is definitely a new beginning that you know nothing about, really. This is calling you to step into a new facet of yourself. To become a new person. But incorporating more of your childlike wonder. So, like I mentioned earlier, this could be that part of you that's like really vulnerable, that really wants you to step into your inner child's like deepest desires. So maybe make a list of those at this time. And really jump into it. Because whatever this is, it's protected. It's really protected. We saw 3 white butterflies. If that isn't a sign from the spirit realm, I don't know what is. I didn't even register that there were 3, but there were 3. Because when I was looking up this sign before this reading, it said that it could be ancestors, but I really do feel like it's strong angelic protection. The Empress. You are the Empress now. Things are all of your ideas are very potent right now. And I'm getting it's because you've gotten very clear on what it is you want. And you have a very clear mind when it comes to exactly who it is that you are, what you'll put up with, what you won't put up with, and things that make you happy, quite simply. You're daring enough to be happy. And you finally feel like you deserve it, and that's why the universe is giving it to you. And the Empress is the number 3 as well. And there's a little white bunny on this, and then a white Doberman. I don't know if white Dobermans exist, but makes me think of like, oh, and then there was also a white horse earlier, so something to do with the color white, like innocence, rarity, you know, because I think of albinos too. That's like a genetic defect. So maybe you're something that is really different. You're someone who really stands out. You stand out from the crowd, and that's part of your gift here. You're finally realizing this. It's like something that you've had all along. And now you're stepping into not even caring if it makes people uncomfortable that you're receiving all of this. Because what you were doing before was just holding yourself back to make people uncomfortable. And all that ever did was bring in rainstorms. There's a rain cloud coming in right overhead as I say that. That's why I said that. And it's dark and it's menacing. but it's blowing right over. And I think you two understand that whatever it is that's going on right now is just like the tiniest little bump on the road, and that you'll get through it. And you're paying it no mind, and you're just on the brink of abundance. You're gonna be so happy in this new chapter. So that's what I got for you right now. I feel like that's all I can really channel at the moment, because it seems like kind of just repeating messages at this point. Thank you for joining me again. I'm so happy to be back, and I'm always gonna want to serve you guys in some way, so, you know, serve the divine. And I hope this helped in some way. I didn't know if it did, but if it does, feel free to drop a comment and interact with everybody down in the comments. We got a cute little community going, and yeah, if there's anything you want to say down there, I am very interactive there. For the time being, I'm not doing personal readings, but I'm hoping to do that soon, when I feel confident enough to do that. Or when it feels right, you know, more so that it feels right. Because I don't want to just, like, do something, because that's not right either. Anyway, one step at a time, just do things that are really enjoyable to you. Don't worry so much about the outcome, because, I mean, you just saw. The outcome looks amazing. So, keep killing it out there, guys. And I'll see you again soon. Okay, bye!